Frank said a thing to me yesterday. Apparently, he saw a thing that said a vaporizer is a fedora for your mouth.
It's a mouth fedora.
It's a mouth fedora.
It is. It's a quitting device.
You don't use it to quit.
I use it to do better.
No, you don't.
I don't smoke near as much as I used to, obviously, and I do feel better.
Yeah, you said it.
I'm pretty sure that's. I'm pretty sure I have. What do you call it?
Lung disease.
No, not
fucking cancer.
I don't think it has anything to do with lungs. I think it's what's it called when you have a bunch of acid all the time?
Acid reflux.
Acid reflux. I think I do.
It does make you all coffee.
Because I
coffee.
That and I have like chronic bad breath too. It's like I always have to brush.
Halitosis.
Halitosis.
Well, not necessarily halitosis, just
more like
acid breath.
Yeah,
it's a Pokemon attack, right?
Sour belly.
Acid breath.
Where you burp and it smells like. Oh, okay. Fuck you too, asshole.
Live from the Pokemon League, it's the SOGOpod. I'm Kinder.
I'm Frank.
I'm Carly. And I missed this. That didn't even make sense. Where did Pokemon come from?
Because it says
I just realized I sound really like stoned or something right now. Like I sound very chill. I'm not. I'm tired.
Record a podcast, man.
Man.
Ready to record a podcast about marijuana.
No, we're not.
Well, I mean, we can tell stoner stories.
No, we're not going to do that either.
It's called the Budcast.
No one gives a flying fuck about what people do while they're high because everybody's got their fucking stories of things that they do when they're inebriated, and everybody is just like...
It's like the definition of you had to be there.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you about this time I smoked illegal drugs. I believe also you've done that, so...
Yeah. No, we're not going to do that.
Let's not go there. Let's talk about the books found within Osama Bin Laden's compound.
What?
Was there one titled "How to Melt Steel Beams"?
With jet fuel, yes.
I really don't want to become a conspiracy theory podcast.
I can't help it. This is fucking brilliant.
This is where we're going.
Did he have all 7 of the Harry Potter books?
No, he was more of an Artemis Fowl fan.
Oh, really? I never read those.
You never read Artemis
No.
Fowl? That guy got the right.
I knew a bunch
of sequel to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, so it must be good.
I knew a bunch of people who read them in school, but I never read them. And I knew a bunch of people who read the Golden Compass books, too, which was basically just...
Did any of them turn into atheists?
No, but it was... Well, I don't know, probably. It's always funny, though, because I didn't realize it at the time. I didn't realize it when my friends were reading it, that the guy who wrote the Golden Compass books, whose name is escaping me at the moment, basically wrote
Golden
them...
A Compass.
He basically wrote them as a slap in the face to C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien, because they were both very... Christian in their writing styles and stuff. And this guy was like, fuck it, I'm gonna write a book about atheism. And that's basically what all the books are about. Which made me want to read them, but I never did. I don't read much of anything anymore.
So there's a few things that's been happening in the world.
Yeah, okay.
Simon Pegg pissed off all the fucking man-baby nerds.
How did he do that?
By calling them man-baby nerds. Who need to grow the fuck up. He basically said, hey, I'm a huge fan of science fiction and fantasy and comic books and things. But at the same time, we're a bunch of adults who are partaking in this media and taking it way too seriously, and it's turning us into a bunch of babies.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Because, I mean, like, at a certain point, I get exactly what he's saying, and the reaction of the nerdy man babies to him calling them nerdy man babies proves that he is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're all like, shut up, you don't know, you're not a real nerd. Or even worse, insinuating that geek culture is mainstream to the point that it is completely... No, it is just that certain aspects of it are mainstream. To be a geek is a disease. It is not something to be proud of. It is an affliction. You can be happy that you're a geek and be proud of your geekiness, but there's a lot more things that go along with it than just being into comic books and watching the Avengers or whatever. There's a lot more to it than that.
Speaking of geek, I started watching Doctor Who again.
Yeah, see?
I don't know why. I guess I just kind of realized, I was like, wait, I'm behind. Frank and I are behind on a season. We haven't watched the most recent Doctor Who. So I was like, I could just watch the last season before Capaldi showed up and just watch Matt Smith do his thing the last time Matt Smith was on. I could just watch that season and then go on to the next one. But I can't. I have to watch all of it. I have to start at the beginning. And so that's what I did. I started at the beginning. And I made Sam mad because Sam was at the house today while I was watching one of the episodes. And she was like, thanks to you, I'm going to go home and I am going to binge watch Doctor Who. Because she's never seen it before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't take her for the Doctor Who type.
Well, she says she's seen some of it before when her dad was watching it. But it was,
her dad
David Tennant.
Yeah.
And so I told her, I was like, if you want to watch Doctor Who, if you want to get into Doctor Who, I said, you have to go back and you have to start from the beginning. You have to start with Christopher Eccleston. A lot of people will skip him because they think he's not as good or whatever, but he really is. He's amazing. He's just good in a different way. And, because all of them have their own, things, their own quirks they bring to the Doctor, and that's kind of the point. And so I told her, I was like, you have to start back there. You have to start with Christopher Eccleston and then go forward from there. And then you can judge based on that if you like the show. Because you'll start watching it and you're like, wow, some of these monsters look really stupid. And because it's campy. It's got its campiness to it, but that doesn't mean it's not good.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just a mini Doctor Who thing. What are you
so,
talking about, Frank?
And also this morning, which would be Wednesday morning, the U.S. government released
Wednesday, May 20th.
May 20th. They released the contents of Osama Bin Laden's bookshelf, essentially. So all these books and documents and things that he had within the compound when it was raided.
That they want you to know about.
No, if it was what they want you to know about, they could have did a better job of hiding.
No, okay.
It is one of those things where it's like they didn't want you to really know because they've been trying to fight the release of this information for a while.
Yeah.
This morning, the U.S. government released a list of PDF books and other media found inside of Osama Bin Laden's compound in Abbottabad, Pakistan.
Abbottabad.
Alongside an issue of Al Qaeda's online magazine Inspire, the U.S. article about terrorism, U.S. articles about terrorism and foreign policy was a copy of David Ray Griffin's "The New Pearl Harbor: Disturbing Questions."
This is a very loud noise. Helicopter going over. Oh, no, it's actually the dryer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I was like, are we under attack? What is that?
They know too much.
There's a tank in your front yard.
All right,
Guy bust through the window. Jet fuel, motherfuckers!
Delete the computer.
Okay, continue.
Alongside an issue of Al Qaeda's online magazine Inspire and U.S. articles about terrorism and foreign policy, a copy of David Ray Griffin's The New Pearl Harbor: Disturbing Questions About the Bush Administration and 9/11, a book that argues that 9/11 was an inside job. Why would the guy who, according to the United States of America, planned and executed the 9/11 attacks, have a book that was wondering whether the 9/11 attacks was an inside job?
He was just like, these people are silly.
Yeah, I know I did it. Why am I reading this book? Was Osama a 9/11 truther? The New Pearl Harbor wasn't the only conspiracy-friendly tome in Bin Laden's digital library. A document provided to BuzzFeed News also lists Fritz Springmeier's Bloodlines of the Illuminati, Secrets of the Federal Reserve, by virulent anti-Semitic conspiracy theorist Eustace Mullins. Another of his works is titled "My Struggle Against the Jews."
Wow. It's blunt.
Right. Oh, the Jews have been holding me down for years.
The man.
They control the media. And saved a copy of a web article alleging that 9/11 was predicted by a 1995 card game about the Illuminati. This theory is also popular among members of Reddit's conspiracy message board. It is unknown if Osama had a Reddit account. The digital bookshelf.
Ask me anything.
The digital bookshelf also contains mainstream accounts of the attacks and subsequent military actions. A copy of the 9/11 Commission report, Bob Woodward's Obama's Wars, a 2005 Los Angeles Times article called "Is Al-Qaeda Just Bush's Boogeyman?" A theme of the collection appears to be books and articles that ask questions that Osama could easily answer. Other contents are strangely banal, such as manuals for Adobe Acrobat, Photoshop, and a copy of Gamepro and Popular Science.
Really?
Okay, then.
Gamepro. I mean, I can see
Osama
Pop
seems
Sci.
like my kind of dude.
I mean, he's a pretty cool guy. I hang out with him. You know.
The document also includes a suicide prevention manual called "Is It the Heart You Are Asking?" However, an anonymous intelligence official told BuzzFeed that it is unlikely that the document belonged to Bin Laden himself. The files were recovered during the 2011 raid that led to Bin Laden's death, an event whose official story was recently called into question by a London Review of Books article by veteran investigative journalist Seymour Hersh. That is also an interesting thing if anybody has been paying attention to that. This guy is basically saying that the entire cover story, and that he basically says, okay, so the official story is that the United States, that a drone saw this courier for Osama Bin Laden go back to Osama Bin Laden's compound and was like, oh shit, that's where Osama Bin Laden is. And they got that information by waterboarding the shit out of people. This was covered in Zero Dark 30.
I never watched it.
Yeah. So that's the official story of the United States government. This guy is basically saying, all that's bullshit. What happened is some Pakistani high-ranking intelligence guy walked in to the CIA, essentially, and said, I know where Osama Bin Laden is. Pakistan's hiding him. He's being paid for by Saudi Arabian money. And if you give me a shitload of money and protect me, I'll tell you all this fucking rest of this information. And they did. And the reason why it was... so the thing is, what was going to happen was what was agreed upon between Pakistan and United States was that we would go in, we would kill Osama Bin Laden, and then we would wait like 2 or 3 months, and then we'd say, oh, we did a drone strike and we fucking killed him. And that was going to be the end of it. And that was going to be the official story. But then Obama comes out the day after it happens and says, we got him. We followed one of his couriers and all this stuff. And basically threw this dude who walks in under the bus. Because whoever knew about this would have known about him at some point. It would have gotten back. Because it's like, where's this dude? He's a fucking high-ranking military intelligence dude. And he's not coming into work for like 3 weeks. You know, so that throws him under the bus, throws all these people under the bus, all for political motivations, being that he wanted to get reelected. So, yeah. So, all that, and now we know that Osama Bin Laden is a 9/11 truther.
Pretty good.
Okay, then. One thing I was wondering, do you think that they're ever going to release the video that all of them were gathered around watching? Of Osama Bin Laden being killed.
One can only hope.
You know what I'm talking about, where you saw like the pictures of their faces while they're watching the video.
The other side of that is that they're saying that the accounts from the Navy SEALs themselves are fictional.
Yeah, so there was no video.
There is that it happened,
which is why they'll never release the video, because it doesn't exist.
So everything that everybody kind of assumed, which is there wasn't a shootout. he was just fucking shot and killed.
Yeah.
And then he wasn't buried at sea. He was just fucking thrown out the fucking airplane in the middle of the ocean. All that shit's true. You know?
Yeah.
Like, that stuff is what actually happened versus what... Yeah, there wasn't a big, huge firefight at the compound, you know. So whether or not you say these Navy SEALs are lying, or that's irrelevant. It's more relevant the fact that we, you know... Not to mention that this information has been verified by the New York Times, as well as a post on a blog called the... I believe it's called the... Spy Who Billed Me, which is this lady who is a private spy, essentially. And she had acquired information. In 2011, that was this exact same information. So even she had the story way before this dude Seymour Hersh even wrote it. And so she was accusing him of plagiarism, but that's all a whole big distraction thing. The fact is, she had the information. He also released this information to an even wider audience, and now it's calling everything into question. And Benghazi. And steel beams can't melt gel fuel.
Can't melt gel fuel.
Gel fuel, yeah. Gel beams, gel fuel.
No.
Gel
Fuel. Cool.
Oh, let's see what else is going on.
I get some technology news.
Let's talk about technology.
Technological advancements in technology.
Tell me about the technological advances in technology.
I'd have to find the article again, but essentially, they've come up with a photon chip. Because the
For
way
a photon torpedo?
No. Basically, it's a processor that instead of
bouncing
electrical
around electrons,
signals,
it's bouncing around light, essentially.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Because now you have like fiber optic stuff, and you still have to convert that light into
electricity. Yeah.
And this just says, "Fuck that." Your mic is all up in my way.
You
can't gesticulate wildly enough.
You're further out from the desk than you normally are.
Essentially, it's the same die size and everything as a current processor is.
Yeah.
And it works in very much the same way. It's just a fuck ton faster because jet fuel.
Jet fuel. It can melt processors.
But a lot of people are saying, I lied. It's not the same die size. Right now, the one that they do have is, about 30 years ago die size, which is still not big.
Yeah.
I forget how many nanometers it is. But essentially, light instead of electrons, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And Moore's Law is continued ad infinitum.
It was for a second there, everybody was questioning it.
Even now, because...
But then once
you change
the fucking game, shit keeps going.
It will be a game changer if it turns out to be all that in a bag of chips.
I did see an article that kind of made me go, I don't know. It was posted actually by AMD's on their Facebook page. And they were talking about how the Oculus Rift. Hell yeah, Oculus Rift. The Oculus Rift is going to be driving video card sales. And I'm like, no, I think it's not going to do much to... Because, you need a high-end graphics card. You basically need your rig.
Yeah, it's exactly my rig,
Yeah,
actually.
exactly your rig to run an Oculus Rift.
Yeah.
I don't think that people are willing to invest the kind of money that you invested into this in order to get an Oculus Rift, on top of the fact that the Oculus Rift price itself.
Yeah.
So they're saying that the specs to build a computer from scratch that would be able to put an Oculus Rift is $800.
Essentially.
And then we're talking what? This thing's going to come out $200, $300?
I think the starting price was, $380?
It's up there. It's a piece of consumer electronics for a
but at the same
market.
time, though, the 290 is about to go down in price massively because
when the new version,
the 300 series is coming out.
At the same time, it's like I don't see that being the case. I think what is more likely is that someone who's already invested their money in those pieces, like you, would be more willing to get an Oculus Rift because you already have it. You know,
I'm very intrigued.
Well, you know, it's one of those things. VR, like I don't want a HoloLens, not because I don't think the idea is interesting, because AR is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I have a shitty house, and I don't want to see my shitty house with a bunch of shit all over it. You know, like I don't want to see an augmented reality version of my shitty house. I want to be in some fake world with fucking big ass goggles on my head.
They actually had a demo of that with HoloLens. I'm sure you heard about the Mars mission thing.
And I know
apparently
that
was like an entire...
Yeah, they can do full-on immersion and everything, but then also the AR. It's a very Microsoft thing to do of being like, well, AR was kind of big there for like 3 days. Let's put that
I actually
in there
think they're
too,
taking the better route because AR, you could potentially have really awesome development possibilities as opposed to
there's
where Rift,
there's a certain Minority Reporty vibe that Microsoft really likes to go for.
You're going to get a lot of people that think of really fucking interesting things to do. I mean, like imagine cooking a meal if they ever develop a wireless version of this,
so that you could have well, apparently I thought all their stuff was in the HoloLens.
Oh, is it?
I think so.
I haven't.
I think that's the way it works. It's like it's just all wireless, like. Everything that's basically powering, it's all in the one thing, and then you just it wirelessly transmits it to the headset, which is pretty cool. Yeah. So you could have a computer just be in your home Wi-Fi, and you could have the fucking shit on while you're cooking food and be displaying a recipe in front of your face.
Yeah. So you got like your recipe, and then like tips or whatever. Here's a YouTube video. And so essentially, what Google Glass wishes, as it were.
Right. And I think that's another part of it too. It's like, we wanted. Google Glass was a big thing, and all these big things that were, and they say, we'll shove it all into one thing instead of making smaller.
Especially
things.
for this wireless, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
If you can make a device like that's wireless, then step one of future.
Yeah.
Future.
Well, it's already been implied that the Project Morpheus, the Sony thing, is going to come with a box essentially. That plugs into the PS4. So essentially all
like a power brick?
Yeah, essentially all the extra components, the power that would be needed to play the PS4.
Otherwise you're going to melt your face.
Right. The things required to actually make this thing run will be in the box, and the box will be plugged into the Morpheus. And it's... I mean, we know it's wired, but that makes it super light. But the Oculus is wired. And so it's Project Vive, or the HTC
Is it
Vive.
or Vive? I don't think it's like Vive or Vive.
I don't know if they would want to go down that Vive route.
I don't know. But speaking on...
I just go with Vive because it's Revive Vive. I don't know.
I can see that.
Yeah.
But speaking on like technology and shit and building computers, something I found out that really kind of sucks about being the tech guy of the group.
Yeah.
Two people now.
You're becoming the go-to guy.
I don't mind being the go-to guy. I enjoy giving advice, and I can go on about it for a long-ass time, and not to toot my own horn, but I know my shit.
Yeah.
And I got Mikey and Michael.
Yeah, Mikey and Michael.
They both asked me about the same time, hey, what can you help me build a rig? Sure.
Yeah.
What's your budget? Oh, Mikey's was about $1,200.
Shit, sky's the limit. Okay.
Fucking Turner, his budget is. He said, "How good a computer can I build for $2,300?"
Yeah, I think it's like $2,000 to $2,500.
Yeah,
I'm like, dude, just.
And I said, pretty much as good as it gets, yo.
Yeah,
you can like dual 980 your shit. Like,
yeah, you could go fucking all out with that.
Or you could get one 980 and a fucking 4K
pay
monitor.
Half the price and just have a shitload of extra money, and you still have a fucking good ass rig.
Games.
Yeah.
That's the thing about Mikey. He's not going to be able to afford any games because I put him at his fucking limit because I put it in his head. I'm not an NVIDIA fan, but the 980 right now is the best single card there is.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So you said you got to get it now.
Well, no, not even that. He wanted to run everything he could at max settings. So my first suggestion was, my 290 does amazingly, and you're going to be doing 1080? Perfect. Get the 290 or 290 or 290X.
It was like 4K monitor.
No, he says, I want to run The Witcher 3. And I said, okay. The day before, we found out the specs for that. And then that comes out, and he's like, dude, can I run this? And I'm like, you got a couple extra $100 in your budget. Just go for the 980. It won't depreciate as quickly. So now he wants a 980.
I feel like those benchmarks, like I said, they're pre-real. I mean, they were still even just like they weren't alpha, but they were pre-release benchmarks.
It was
they're review build benchmarks.
Yeah.
The CD Projekt Red's really, you can interject at any point in time if you're ready to talk about something.
I have nothing to say.
Okay.
The only thing I had to say was, where the fuck did Turner get all that money?
Tips.
And can he give me some?
Right.
That's the only thing I had.
He does owe us some for all the stuff that he's borrowed from us and hasn't returned.
Like
Hi, Turner.
He ended up borrowing. He borrowed JTHM from me, and I ended up just saying he can keep it. I don't care, which kind of makes me sad now because I want to reread it and I can't. But I don't.
Johnny the Homicidal Maniac.
Johnny the Homicidal Maniac.
Okay.
He also borrowed
the
Squee.
original Edgelord.
Yeah.
He also borrowed Squee, which wasn't technically mine. It was your brother's, but
that's so Turner.
I'm sure he's borrowed some movies from him before it is. I'm sure.
That fucking.
I love that guy. But
that book is amazing. I don't give a shit if I'm 25 now, and when I was 13 when I first read it, it's still fucking amazing.
I still enjoy Johnny Vasquez's work. So.
Well, that's him.
Oh, that is.
Yes.
Oh, that's the same book. Okay.
Yes.
I've seen that book. Then.
Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. That's the name of it.
Well, everybody likes Invader Zim.
Yeah.
And
Johnny JTHM is like Invader Zim on crack.
I've gotten a bad taste in my mouth for Invader Zim just because of all the
shit that was going on when we were
It's basically what Minecraft became. It was taken over by stupid.
I don't even
kids.
think Minecraft's just so fucking popular now. It's not.
Minecraft got taken over by a younger group, but that got taken over by the less young but more annoying group.
Particularly also random group of people.
The Hot Topic young crowd starter pack.
I had a lot of Invader Zim stuff.
Yeah, but you got out of it.
And I regretted a lot of Invader Sim stuff.
I had a messenger bag that had Gurr on it.
Yes,
and it was amazing, and I loved it.
Shirts.
I had a few Gurr shirts. I still have one of them. I cut the collar off of it and made it like one of those fucking off the shoulder fucking shirts that I wear around the house.
I really hate the fact that Gurr was ruined for me.
And I had a patch, a Gurr patch.
That's got to be one of the best character designs.
I know, right?
Of all time.
The robot is good, and then the dog.
I think the dog is even better. Just that's such a solid character design.
He's an idiot robot. That's his thing.
I mean, not even his personality, just the actual physical character design. It's simple. It's easy to draw. Really easy to animate. You can do a fuck ton with it.
That's a lot of that show in general. It's just It's like him at his cleanest. He's already a pretty clean artist.
Lots of triangles and circles.
Yeah. Zim is super clean. Dim's clean.
I thought Dib was a good character design as well.
Yeah.
Dib.
Dib?
Not Dim.
Dim. Yeah, it's Dib. Dib with a B.
Dib. They all have stupid names. That's the other problem with anything about Johnny Vasquez. However you pronounce his name.
Speaking of Gurr and random.
Also random.
Lol.
Yeah.
Tumblr.
Yeah. Just this one. I have a few, but y'all are talking about other shit, so whatever.
Talking about.
Did you know?
No.
Did you know? In Gloucestershire, England, thousands of spectators gather once a year and watch people risk serious injury to chase an 8-pound wheel of double Gloucestershire cheese down a very steep hill.
The cheese run.
Cheese rolling at Cooper's Hill, a centuries-old competition, is taken very seriously by those involved. And I highly suggest that anyone out listening to this look up GIFs from this shit, because it's literally dudes falling down a fucking hill after a fucking wheel of cheese.
Oh, yeah.
And it says, the winner of the 2014 competition says he is very proud of himself, but he doesn't really like cheese.
Well, you could sell.
Then why?
That fucking block of cheese is worth so goddamn. Yeah. Have you ever looked at the price of a full wheel of cheese?
And it's Gouda.
Gouda, yeah. Dude, I had the best fucking Gouda the other day. Boar's Head, spicy, whatever the fuck it is, Gouda.
Mm-hmm. Was it Gouda?
Yes, it was. It was good.
I could just eat cheese by the fucking. I will eat it by the wheel.
Yeah.
Like a car.
Next time you go to Publix, just go get you a sandwich and get that spicy Gouda. Oh my god. It's really good. But speaking of along the lines of also random, I finally got over myself and started using Reddit a little bit. But as
it's not that bad.
it's bad, but it's not as
well,
bad.
At least the mobile design's gotten better.
I haven't used it.
Oh, I checked out again. I'm sorry.
Oh,
we're talking about.
But I've mostly been on
Reddit.
I've mostly been on the our Twitch board as SOGOpod.
Yeah.
I just so happened to post or make a post that became fairly big for the board, and it's a very tight knit community. Us streamers, I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Because I saw Jeff. He ended up in the thread.
Oh, really?
There's another guy that was in that Chris, whatever his name was, stream.
Yeah.
From the other day, one of the streamers that he was like praising really highly, and is friends with Jeff.
Yeah.
And he was in there, and he's like, "Oh, hey, yeah, I saw you in the stream." And it's really out of the internet.
Yeah.
I find two guys just so happen to be in the same fucking thread.
Yeah, it's like I think there's kind of becoming like almost like a cultural backlash, and there should be a cultural backlash against. I almost feel like we need to take a stand as a podcast and as people that put stuff out on the internet.
Content creators.
Content creators. But we need to take a stand against being content creators in a way. Like, we need to take a stand against doing it for the money and just doing it as a hobby. Because there's too many people that get into it just to make money.
Yeah, and they produce cookie cutter.
They know how to target lowest common denominator, demographic, widespread demographic reach kind of stuff. They know how to do that. But it's just bad for the entire medium. Every medium that's out there in the world has been poisoned by people just like that.
Yeah.
Doing it only for the money. We're getting to the point in our world, because creating things is so easy, that people have to be willing to say either I'm doing this for no money or I'm not going to be able to make a living off of it.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be willing to take that hit.
We're not 100% innocent, because while we don't do it for money, we do it for notoriety.
Yeah, there's a certain level to it. But, I mean, you want people to watch it.
Well,
like, you don't want to do it for nothing.
We do get that weird, like, I guess, content creator high off of, we got so many viewers.
Yeah, somebody listened to it. Somebody watched it, you know. Well, you don't care. You just like to sit here and record.
I just like doing it.
Yeah, but then what's the point of doing it if nobody's watching it?
Who cares? That
Because
wasn't the point.
fun.
That wasn't why I want. Like, when I originally I watched a fucking Kevin Smith thing, and it was like he said, just he spoke directly into my soul, and it was just like, if you want to fucking do something, fucking do it. Yeah, don't make excuses.
I'm just saying you do it because you enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, is that you do it because it's a hobby. You do it because you enjoy doing it. But there is a certain level of it that does come along with wanting to be more popular, wanting more people to see it. Because you like it so much, you obviously
want to share this gift
other
with other
people to see it and other people to enjoy it. That's what I mean.
If other people see it and other people enjoy it, then that's fine. But I don't get upset if it doesn't happen.
No, there's a difference there. We're not the opposite of being happy that people saw something isn't getting upset that people didn't see it.
I know.
You're misconstruing it. It's just
I am half asleep.
Okay, it's that we're just happy that people enjoyed what we put out there.
Yeah, if people find it and they like it, then awesome.
But then you got the other.
I'm not really doing it for people.
Right,
that's the thing. Like,
but you have to kind of take your audience into consideration.
If we have an audience,
exactly. When you don't have an audience, you have nothing to take into consideration.
Exactly. So as of right now, it's just we because we pretty much stopped doing the videos. We stopped doing streams as of now.
Well, because
we're rebuilding things with our podcast because we got more listens before than we got with views.
Too much life in the way for all the stuff we try to do.
That as well. So it's like, if we had more of a following, we would probably put some things aside and we would sit down and do it more. But we don't. So it's just like, when we feel like it, when we want to, when we want to sit around, we want to bullshit into microphones and fucking record it. Cool. But it's not become imperative, and it doesn't feel imperative, and I don't really want it to feel imperative.
So I think that's why our podcast got so shitty for a while. Was that it became a chore? It was imperative that we did it. And
same with making the videos it became part of another side of a job, basically.
Yeah.
And that's
I kept having to play games I didn't want to play.
That's another thing too. I noticed about a lot of people. In the Twitch streaming community, particularly, the people that aren't fun, aren't fun to talk to in those forums and everything. Their advice is always the same: find popular games. Play these games. These are the games that people want to watch. You got to play these games. And the people like us and Jeff, hey Jeff, And that other guy, I wish I could. It was Red something.
Yeah.
The other guy in
the Red Network.
Yeah, I think so. Actually,
I think he just followed us on Twitch.
Oh, nice. Well, because I followed him.
Yeah.
He's a pretty cool guy, and he doesn't afraid of anything.
Yeah.
But him and that Chris guy, even though he was playing Smash, he's really fucking good at Smash.
Well, if you're good at Smash, play Smash. I mean, it's not Smash is a fun game.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's one thing. He's doing it because it's popular. The problem is, there's also like a lot of the problem with it is that a lot of those popular games are popular because they're super pro-ass people who are doing it not just for money from the stream and money from their YouTube channel, but money from professional companies sponsoring them to play these games really fucking well. Yeah. Games like Hearthstone, League of Legends, Dota 2, all that shit. And if you get into those communities to try and play those games, you're going to be laughed out of the fucking building because you're not fucking pro-elite hacksaws type shit. Yeah. That's so fucking stupid. I mean,
MLG.
It's becoming armchair gaming almost. Like, there's like Sunday morning quarterbacks.
Yeah.
That's the same thing for video games now. Is that there's fucking middle of the night streaming guys, but there's backseat streamers, Yeah. There's like dudes who's like, well, you do it. You gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta do this. It's like, no, you don't understand. I'm not doing this because everybody assumes that when you get into the market of wanting to play video games publicly is what you're doing. It's public exhibition. When you get into any market of public exhibition, you want to make money.
Yeah.
Not because you actually enjoy doing it and you think that you're kind of funny and you want other people to see if, and you want to kind of be fun on the internet, Yeah. That's what the internet's for. It's for making shit and being fun. You can't make shit and be fun if there's a bunch of people who are just like, trying to make money,
Yeah.
Just want to make money.
That's what I was saying. A lot of these people that just aren't fun, same advice. Just play these really popular games that everybody already plays. There's a big crowd for them, all that, blah, blah, blah.
You know where that gets you? Nothing. You see how many fucking YouTube channels there were 3 years ago dedicated to only doing Call of Duty kill videos, and none of those fuckers exist anymore. Because Call of Duty became to the point where it's so mainstream, nobody cared to watch it on fucking YouTube. Minecraft still is able to achieve that level because people do shit in Minecraft that most
Where's
people can't.
Where's the modding
do.
API?
Yeah.
Like, it still doesn't exist.
It takes a shitload of effort to mod the game, and then on top of that, you have to actually build the things in the game.
But people do it in their spare time. That's what most of, because I'll watch because most of what I watch now on YouTube is, if it comes to gaming, is Yogscast videos. Most of their videos are Minecraft videos. Now they will weave in some story elements and stuff too, and they play modded Minecraft, and it's kind of fucking amazing. Like, honestly, I don't even care that Minecraft's popular. I would love to just fucking play Minecraft on our channel just because of the shit you can do in modded Minecraft is amazing.
If you want to do a Minecraft stream, go for it.
Amazing. Like, it's so good. And so it's like and if you think about the effort that these people have to go into to do it, to make sure that everything runs smoothly, to make sure it's not full of bugs, and it's not and make sure that, like, the most popular texture packs are supported in these mods and all this other stuff, is like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit. And they're not
like fucking pennies on
and they're not making money for it. They're not making money on it. They run on donations. There's actually a mod in the mod pack that they use. I don't know if it's in this one. I think it is. It's a mod pack called Resident Rise, and it's just basically a giant mod pack of fucking everything you could possibly think of, fucking space travel and just everything, everything. And there is a mod in it where you can make a piggy bank. And you put the piggy bank in wherever your house you build, or whatever, your town or whatever, and people can right click on it, and you type in the name of the mod that's included in the pack that you like a lot. So say you like Thomecraft. Say you like Thomecraft. So you type in Thomecraft, right? And then you can, and it will actually take you to their donation page, and it will actually allow you to donate to them. So you just type in Thomecraft, or you type in
that's a nice touch.
Builder's Craft or something like that, and you type those in, and it'll take you to their pages, and you can actually donate to them, and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I would love to play modded Minecraft on our channel, but we have to buy a lot of Minecraft accounts for that, and it's expensive now.
It's not just that; it's like that. Well, again, it's the problem that well, one, it's a super popular game. There's
Yeah.
a bunch of people. It's hard. You're not on the ground floor. Then there's those games where you think, well, this is the game we should get in on the ground floor on. But then it's like, I don't want to fucking play this game.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like that's the other part of it. Like there's certain games that are out there that are coming out that I'm like, oh, we could totally fucking get in the ground floor of this.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, I don't want to
See,
play.
and that's the thing.
I think for a while there we were thinking along the wrong lines of we need to get in on this new game that we don't really know much about and may or may not be good.
Yeah.
But a lot of people may be looking for it. Yeah. I just want to fucking play Castlevania Bloodlines. I just want to stream that once.
Yeah,
I want to play fucking Psychonauts, but I can't because Laura fucking hates
She's
that game so much.
Bad at platforming.
She hates it so
3D
much.
platforming is a hard.
She
thing
does.
To get
She does,
into.
however, really like watching me play Tomb Raider.
You know what, for
so at
me?
least there's that.
I haven't played a video game since the last time I played Dark Souls 2.
I
played a little bit of Luftrosters on the PlayStation 3 and a little bit of Tokyo Jungle.
I think last thing
I would
I played was
totally
Dark
play
Souls 2.
Tokyo Jungle on a live stream.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
But it's a PS3 game, so I'd have to figure out some way of rigging it up.
Yeah.
But that's the getting back to the whole playing things for the lowest common denominator and stuff is like, yes, I would love to play it because I would love to teach him how to play it, and I would love to get all of us together and fucking
I would love to
build
troll
like
the
an
shit out of
awesome
you two.
thing.
Like I would love you to be teaching him how to play,
Yeah.
and me off in the woods,
Yeah.
plotting to destroy you,
Yeah.
on a completely
See, I
separate
think-
video.
I think it would be awesome, but you get into the problem with the fact that Minecraft is so fucking big.
Yeah.
And you have channels and you have companies like the Yogscast and you have people and Captain Sparkles and
There are
all these people
streamers.
who play Minecraft, and you're trying to but it's weird because it's like we're not trying to get into that market. We're not trying to be those people because there is no fucking way.
I don't know. We kind of try. We emulate Yogscast.
Well, there's
a
emulation. Well, I like the setup that
They just have a good setup.
That's basically
Because they're professionals.
I like that because, like, well, the thing is, like, some of the biggest guys out there, people like Markiplier, PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, these fucking really shitty, loudmouth voiced motherfuckers with bad accents. Like, that's the entirety of their thing. And they all have their little selves in a little square up in the corner, taking up screen real estate.
Well, I mean, we have webcam too.
No, but we have a green screen.
Oh.
So we don't take up all that real estate.
They don't use green
We
screens.
take up
Well,
a
I
good
was talking
20%
about doing
less.
I was thinking about doing a actual, like, legit, what you call it, border thing, but it was.
Well, there's
very...
a difference between doing for a live stream. There's a difference between doing an overlay.
Oh yeah, that's different. For
and
me, too.
doing a thing with like weird.
Yeah,
that's
I've seen some really tasteful ones where I didn't think it could be.
I think the fact that there are people who aren't doing the green screen thing though is kind of works in our advantage. Like there's only a few people that do that, and it really makes you look pro as fuck because it's like, oh, you know what the fuck you're doing. You know, you set up this whole fucking thing. You
I may not do like the whole like gigantic, huge real estate, although it was nice for the chat. But you know, maybe at least the border, because the border really makes things pop up. Really,
yeah. There's a certain level of that.
Yeah,
to it,
it's really tasteful.
What I was getting at is that we are in no way as I doubt we would ever be as popular as those people.
Yeah, because they've done it first.
But it just comes back down to, do we keep trying to play things to please other people to try to get viewers, or do we just fucking play shit and then maybe if we'll get people, we get people, and if we don't, we don't, and who gives a shit? Because we're having fun,
but
and
it
that's
opens
kind of the
up
point.
the possibilities to just not just video games, but just doing videos for the sake of doing videos because it's a funny idea that we want to do or something. You know, just getting outside of that. Just instead of worrying about our brand TM, worrying about like
we got a couple of speed runs we want to do too. Like I got my Portal 2 speed run. We've got Brad's New Vegas speed run. Speaking of Vegas, Brad's in Vegas.
I need to figure out how to do
He's
it.
back now.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
I need to figure out
He's
how to do
eating
an
Hungry
MGS3
Man right
speed
now.
run.
What?
I need to figure out how to do an MGS3 speed run because I'm really good at it.
Yeah.
I can get a really good rating, but it's slow as fuck.
Yeah,
Because you're trying to make sure you don't kill everybody.
Yeah.
But if you went through, well, you need to be getting your fucking speed down because we are still doing that live stream.
I mean, I could run through it, but I don't know if I could like MLG Super Pro run through it. You know.
Only one I'll be
don't know
okay with
when
running through is Metal Gear Solid 4.
I don't know when the fuck y'all think we're going to be able to do that live stream, but...
Well,
I've taken 2 days off.
He's already taking days off.
So I got like 4 or 5 days in a row off.
September
right
1st is when the game comes out.
I think I took off the 31st of the previous month and the 30th or whatever days. And then I think I had the next 2 days off or 3 days off.
Something like that.
Yeah, I got plenty of time off.
I mean, granted, there's always the possibility that there are going to be streamers who are given preview copies by Konami who are going to already be playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a chance the game's going to leak out early and people are going to be playing it then. Or, little mom and pop shops breaking street dates and people streaming the games. Yeah, they'll get
partly
banned.
Cloudy with chance of Kojima.
Yeah. But I think the fact that you get a bunch of people getting fucking toe up, fucking staying up for 2 days playing Metal Gear Solid games has a bit of attractiveness on its own, right?
Yeah. I think that, like, grassroots, ground level swell that we could get from that would be really beneficial.
But yeah, I just think there's a certain level of, like, being willing to put yourself through shit just for fun.
Yeah.
Because I think that's fun. I actually think that idea is fun. That's the difference between doing that as a publicity stunt and doing it because you would just I would fucking do that without cameras pointed at me.
That's the thing, though. Like,
that is something we would have done 4 years ago. If this game was coming out, we would have all been in the fucking apartment. Me, you, Brad, Carly, all just sitting on the fucking couch playing every single Metal Gear Solid game.
Literally what we did with Skyrim.
Yeah.
Like whenever Skyrim came out, we went to the release and fucking got it. Had the special TV in the living room hooked up.
Frank had to go to bed. I got to play it and he didn't. But he played it for like an hour and was like, "Fuck, I gotta go to bed." So I was like, "All right, I'll play."
Like if there's a midnight release, we could literally do a Periscope or a Meerkat stream. And then capture that stream and put it on the Twitch channel at the same time while people are still playing the other games. So there's the other guys in the line at the midnight. Like, that sounds fucking cool.
Yeah.
On top of being fucking super publicity stunny, but fucking cool.
I think a part of our advantage with Metal Gear in particular, anyway, is we are fucking mega fan. Where you got the huge, like, World of Warcraft and Hearthstone fans, and you got the huge Witcher 3 more recently fans. They're the ones getting in on this train, and whereas we're like, World of Warcraft, Witcher, do we really want to even bother?
I like Hearthstone, but I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I hear people talking about it, and I'm just kind of like lost for a bit, and I gotta go, okay, they're saying like really shortened versions of the names of the cards, or we're talking about classes that I don't fucking touch.
Yeah. Like, whereas Metal Gear Solid, we are.
You mentioned Metal Gear Solid. I'm the first one to fucking correct you when you're wrong.
Solidus.
That theory did not fucking... That theory was on a list of, like, insane conspiracy theories from the game that Games Radar put out. It was mixed in with the theory that Snake is Decoy Octopus. Which I don't let any credence to because I would love the idea of Decoy Octopus being in it because he didn't really get much in any of the other games.
Yeah.
He was in one, but he was the DARPA chief, so he never got boss fight even. We just got him dying. Like... There's a story there that Kojima would totally want to tell, but I don't know if it's going to happen.
I forget exactly how it was proven wrong, but it was proven wrong at some point or another.
Yeah. I just don't.
Solidus, however, has not been.
I don't feel like anyone involved in that particular Foxhound unit would be involved in.
Well, you do have Psycho Mantis. Took me a second.
But you do have Psycho Mantis, but the unit that. The anti-terrorism unit that is put together in Metal Gear Solid that has become a terrorist group was not put together by Big Boss. They're a separate group because Big Boss is already a traitor in the first and second games.
Yeah.
I don't know why they would... I mean, unless they were in there as low-level dudes, but if they fucking... You've got a psychic and a dude who's really good, who's your best fucking friend.
With Psycho Mantis' backstory, it was that he was a detective? Mm-hmm. He was a detective and got so far into a serial killer's mind that it took him over pretty much, and he became this serial killer. And got fucked up.
Now, on top of that, burning...
all the childhood shit that he did. Which is kind of like counterintuitive to me. Like, he was already fucked up, or he became fucked up.
Like, he already had the precursors to being fucked up, so then when
maybe
he did this,
I'm sure that'll be
explained
further.
Yeah, if they go into all that, because obviously he's in the game.
Yeah.
And then you got people that look like the dudes from Rising in the trailer, and it's like, okay, what the fuck,
Yeah. I think some of that's probably like dream sequence, maybe even when he's in a coma.
Those dudes kind of remind me of the people from Peace Walker, though, so I don't know why it's...
I mean, Peace Walker is heavy with this game.
Yeah, and so I don't know why people were like, oh, it's Sundowner. I'm like, no, it's not Sundowner. You know, like that's just fucking a dude from Peace Walker. Like he just looks like a higher res version of those guys.
Would you like to know what the most terrifying creature on the planet is?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna show.
Solid
I'm gonna show you guys a picture.
Australians.
I'm gonna show you guys a picture, and I can't quite convey this to listeners, but it's kind of like a jellyfish, right?
Is it a man-o-war?
No. It's kind of like a jellyfish. It's got the same big bubble on the top, and it looks like it's got some curtains trailing down below it. Okay, so I'll explain this to you.
Curtains.
Ew. It says, it would be harmless to a human, but the sheer idea of the Stygiomedusa gigantea...
Oh, is that big fucking jellyfish?
I don't know. ...is so powerfully haunting it gives me chills to think about. Especially from the perspective of its prey. What you see here is at least 20 feet in length. 20 feet. And they're seen so rarely that they could easily get bigger. Their red-black coloration makes them invisible in the abyss, and they don't have any stinging tentacles, so they don't sting you. Only vast oral arms, which, as in other jellies, are an extension of the digestive lining. So it's similar to a jelly. It is a jellyfish. It's just it's not venomous. It doesn't sting you.
Thank you for saying venomous and not poisonous.
Yeah. Prey are simply folded up and smothered in the sheets of tissue and already begin to digest without even being drawn into the bell, which is like the bubble on the top.
It's like a sarlacc pit in the water.
Floating sarlacc.
Floating sarlacc pit.
They're out there right now, thousands of miles away, in the freezing abyss, billowing like huge empty cloaks, blind and thoughtless. So they're Dementors.
I was about to say, they're fucking Dementors. You read my mind.
They don't need to chase their prey. Helpless little things just find themselves trapped in a sticky living shadow, wrapping up tighter in the membranous what? Jelly. The more they the more they struggle. They digest. They digest so slowly that exhaustion or suffocation probably kills them first.
Nice.
And somebody put a quote on it and says only 114 sightings in the last 110 years.
Nice. It's all the same one.
It's all the same.
You see it once a year.
Fucking 20 feet long, and it's just got curtains that smother you to death, and they're invisible.
I think it meant the bell and everything you see there. That's 20 feet worth of jellyfish. You got more.
Yeah, I think that thing on. I think the bell is 20 feet long.
Well, no, because it shows this picture, and it says it's 20 feet long. So that's 20 feet long.
That's still not as big as that other one I saw, though. Because
there's those big fuckers.
The fucking huge one. You see the little dude that's like...
And there's swarms of them in the seas of Japan. Like
what, Man-O-Wars?
No, there's just these big fucking...
Like this, the bell on this thing is like...
It's like the size of that couch.
Ow.
Or bigger.
Well, you see the picture of the dude, and he's like 2 inches on the screen, whereas the bell of this thing is at least 7 or 8 inches.
Yeah, and then have you seen the pictures from taken from a boat? And there's like just the water is that. Yeah. Like, it's just these giant fucking jellyfish all around this boat, and it's like, I'm not going swimming. Fuck the ocean.
It's not
the
even
ocean's
sharks.
like space on Earth.
It's not even sharks.
Why would I want to mess with that?
It's not even sharks. Fuck it.
There's too much water.
Somebody, I saw a post recently.
There's gonna be
I don't have it on
it.
here. I don't have it on here, but I can vaguely remember what it was because I run across it fairly regularly, and it just says, born, too late to explore the Earth.
Oh.
Born too late to explore the Earth and too early to explore space.
Just in time to browse dank memes.
Oh, mine was just in time to browse Tumblr.com with dots spelled out. And then somebody was like, well, you could always explore the ocean. And they just said, fuck that! No, I ain't getting near that shit. That's just a giant bowl of death.
The thing is, I think I would rather drown in the abyss of the ocean or be crushed by immense ocean pressure than go anywhere near space.
That's because you hate space.
Well, guess what, Frank? You're in space right now.
Don't fucking remind me. I'm in a house on the planet Earth,
which is in space,
and in the sky,
and we're spinning around the sun.
The sky is a giant blanket, and then
no,
and that's not space that you're seeing.
No,
it's the inside of
and
Earth.
we're shooting around the sun at hundreds of thousands of miles.
The sun
per hour.
rotates around us.
No,
and God is watching me.
Okay, Sherlock Holmes.
Don't want to be on.
Yeah, and BBC Sherlock, the one with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
He doesn't believe that the Earth rotates around the sun. He believes that the sun rotates around the Earth.
Huh.
Yeah.
You couldn't deduce that, could you, Sherlock?
I don't know why.
I thought you were
going to
tell that
explain
joke,
it?
like Sherlock and Watson go camping, and
oh yeah. No, I don't know the joke. You have to
sure,
tell me.
and so.
Oh yeah.
Tell it, I haven't heard it.
Oh, you heard it? All right, Sherlock and Watson are going camping. And middle of the night, Watson wakes up and looks up into the sky and wakes up Sherlock. Says, Sherlock, look up in the sky. What do you see? It's like, well, I see stars, and so that I can deduce that it's night. And says, what else do you see? Well, judging from the position of that constellation, that we're somewhere in the countryside of England, and judging from the position of the moon, that it is sometime around 3 a.m., and it's like, well, what else do you see? Well, judging from the sounds in the woods, I can hear various forms of wildlife, probably going hunting, and possibly nocturnal creatures. And Watson says, Sherlock, our tent's been stolen. That's the gist.
Too
good. Smart for his own good.
Yeah. I thought it was gonna go back around to a no shit Sherlock joke.
Yeah, it's basically a no shit Sherlock joke. So actually, it's elementary, motherfucker. Which is stealing a joke from Chris Antista is the all black version of Sherlock Holmes. No shit Sherlock.
Well, we're right at an hour in. We don't have much to cut out. You want to knock it off? All right. Make sure to do the Space Odyssey theme on the way up.
Yeah. Or you just want to do Space Oddity by David Bowie.
I'm not going to sing it. Just
Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. Ground control to Major Tom. 8, 7, 6. Commencing countdown, engines on. 3, 2. Check ignition and may God's love be with you. This is ground control to Major Tom. You've really made the grade, and the papers want to know whose shirt you wear. Now it's time to leave the capsule if you dare. This is Major Tom to ground control. I'm stepping through the door.